So I came up in line with 𝐒𝐿𝐬. I decided that my legacy will be 100 published books in my lifetime. So God knows how long it's going to be in my lifetime. And if I ever going to hit this 100, but I've decided that at 50 onwards, this will be my life mission, that I want to publish 100 books for others within my lifetime.
Welcome to episode number 59 of the 100 Successful Women, a Conversation to Inspire series. Today, we have another successful woman who embodies resilience, adaptability, and the power of embracing new challenges. Suriati Supani, a dynamic entrepreneur, international speaker, and a passionate advocate for women's empowerment. From winning storytelling competition as a child in Singapore to becoming a sought-after presenter for government officials, Suriati's journey far from inspiring. But that's just the beginning. After moving to Norway, Suriati reinvented herself, mastering a new languages and culture. She founded SCANDIPLANET, a travel agency specializing in Northern Light tours, and authored a book that caught the attention of Singapore's prime-time TV news. Suriati's passions for empowering others led her to co-found the She Review Summit and launch Buzzing Bees Women's Platform, initiative aimed at amplifying women's voices in business and beyond. This episode will explore Suriati's remarkable journey from corporate presenters to multi-faceted entrepreneurs. She discussed her mission to help produce 100 books in her lifetime and her strategies for building successful, diverse business communities. Get ready for an episode filled with insight on cultural adaptability, the power of storytelling, and the importance of continuous reinvention in today's fast-paced world. So without further ado, let's join me as we dive into the conversation with Suriati. Hi, Suriati. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Wonderful. I'm so happy to be with you here, Vivienne.
I am really grateful that you say yes to become one of the guests of these 100 Successful Women. It has been a while since we planned this interview and you're finally here.
It's all about divine timing, Vivienne. Divine timing.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Timing is very important, right? And then it's the right time and it will be the right time. So Suriati actually joining us all the way from Norway, right?
That's right.
I'm
Norway.
glad that you are joining us and we finally found a time that is suitable for you and me so that we don't need to join this interview at the wee hours or something like that, right?
Because Norway and Australia were like, two different ends. So it was quite tricky, but we made it happen.
Yes, I'm so excited for our conversation coming up next. So I did have a look at what Suriati is doing. I know that she is someone who is, she's a successful woman and she did a lot of things, and then she have a series of stories and exciting information that she's going to share with us. But the first question that I always ask these 100 Successful Women guests is that despite all the different roles that you're playing or despite all the titles that you have, who is actually Suriati Supani at your core?
Oh, very, very, very important question. I think Suriati at the core is a very one person who cannot keep still, who's probably, I could say, easily bored, who loves uncertainty, who loves variety, who loves a great challenge. If you tell me it cannot be done, I will prove you it can. So that's me at the core. I'm adventurous. I love new stuff. So, which is why staying in the status quo for me is not exciting. And being in the same kind of environment or even business is not exciting. So I love growth, I love uncertainty, and I love variety. And I love a lot of fun. I love fun.
Wow, that sounds so much fun that you are doing. And then from your varieties and all those challenges and adventure that you have,
Yeah.
That's something that we are looking forward to hear more about as well. Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Suriati. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I know that you have travel agency business, and then you are also an author or a speaker. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes. So born and raised in Singapore. So from Singapore, well, in Singapore, I had a very good, stable job as a researcher. So I enjoyed the job very much, and it paid me very well. And then I met a Viking, and all hell broke loose. From sunny Singapore, I was transported to snowy and cold Norway. Yeah. From the concrete jungle, I've transported here to the fjords, to the mountains, right? And lots of snowy capped hills, shall we say. Yeah. So I think love makes you do a lot of silly things, right? Why will you move from a sunny place to somewhere that's gonna be freezing? But apparently, the universe has lots of stuff in store for me. So I was in my 30s, early 30s, and I was looking for a bigger challenge. Like I said, I get bored easily. I'm looking for something else in life. And I was looking for an overseas job, Vivienne. I was. And I could not get an overseas job, but hey, I got an overseas life.
Wow.
And, yeah. So, but when I got here, I got a very rude shock. It was a culture shock. But the biggest thing that happened, and the most profound, pivotal thing, was I could not get a job here. Right? In spite of my qualifications and my experience over 10 years and leadership roles in Singapore positions, I could not get a job that fits my, shall I say, my skills, right? And the language here is also Norwegian, it's not English. So most jobs that I want are in Norwegian. It actually led me to depression. I was down for quite a while, and those moments I still remember. I will sleep a lot, sleep almost full day. The boys will go to school, husband will go to work, and I will be sleeping from 9, and they'll be coming home at about 2 or 3, 1 o'clock. I'll wake up. Yeah, because that's my way of escape. Because the feeling like I'm not contributing and I'm not successful anymore. Like almost like, not doing anything much. I'm just surviving, not actually living. So to cut the story short, I discovered that I could be an entrepreneur. So I followed that. That's like my breadcrumbs, and I was invited to attend a program for new entrepreneurs. People who want to be entrepreneurs. This is like an incubator for foreigners in Oslo who are interested to the business, because a lot of foreigners were not able to get jobs that are aligned with their skills. So this was their solution. Why not we give them an opportunity to create businesses? So I discovered a new identity. So I had to get away. I get to get rid of that, Suriati the researcher. So, and out comes this new identity of being an entrepreneur. And oh my God, I love it so much that I made a vow to myself that I gotta be a very good entrepreneur so that other people would want to be an entrepreneur too. And I think as many women as I could to probably convince to be an entrepreneur. So that's how I landed here, and it's been, I think, about 8 years being an entrepreneur, and it's been a very exciting ride.
Well, that suits your personalities as well, because you say you can't stay still as well. You can't find a job, but you found your pathway as an entrepreneur. So that's something that's even more exciting for you.
Yes.
I love that. So you did mention that it was a challenge for you, and you've been through all this challenge when it's a survival mode, and then you found a way out, and then you found entrepreneurship. And there's a lot of things and that you've been through as well. So how did you come across the idea of, is that the travel agency, is that your first entrepreneur's direction?
Yes.
And then I did have a look at the SCANDIPLANET website, and you actually have a little story about the hedgehog.
You read about a hedgehog.
Yeah, that was so cute. So is that what are some of the maybe you want to share a story about the hedgehog? I thought it's so cute.
Yeah. So hedgehog is I call it the Mr. Hedgehog. Yeah, my Mr. Hedgehog for SCANDIPLANET. So the hedgehog is our logo. And what it led me to discover was that there's a huge interest in small things, right? Especially probably in Asia, where I come from. So of course I had been putting out some pictures about Norway, and I live in the countryside, so you get pictures of views of beautiful sceneries at its best, right? No need for filter. Okay, so if I were to stand outside at my balcony, unfortunately it's raining right now. If I were to stand outside at my balcony, you might think that, hey, is that like, a filter behind me? But it's not. It's the water and mountains and roads as well. So I've been putting up, and a lot of people have been saying, oh my God, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But the moment I put a hedgehog, and it was actually my first time as well, right? Seeing a hedgehog, because the closest I've been to a hedgehog was Animal Planet on TV. So I was cooking, and the boys were like, come on out, you gotta see the hedgehog. This was on our lawn, and the cat was trying to like go to, and then it's a bit shocked, like, oh, the cat jumped. The moment I put up pictures of this hedgehog, I had like a lot. I believe like within 24 hours, I had like about a few hundred likes. So that's quite a lot. And to me, it's like, whoa, this is a lot of likes for just, a couple of hours. And there's a lot of interest to it. And that's sparked my mind thinking that if it's just a hedgehog, people are so crazy. What if I put out northern lights? What if I put out dog sledding? What would that be? So it actually lit a little light bulb in my head. Yeah, because of the huge response just to a hedgehog. So that's when things rolled, a little bit more. Me and my husband, we started to have small activities in Firing where we live, the countryside. Simple things like maybe target shooting in the forest or walks, in the forest. We also did maybe some dog sledding as well, and that went on, and so that was the start. But at the end of the day, we need to scale up, what will really make money. So again, I believe in the power of women networking. So we were discussing like what will be the big thing, what will help me to scale up. And one kind soul told me, Suriati, if you want to scale up, your small activities is not going to do it. All this hiking stuff is not going to do it. But what is the biggest thing in Norway? She said, the Northern Lights. There you go. That's where you should go to do. So that was the start of it. Yeah.
Wow. So that's how the business started.
Yeah, that's how the business started. Thank you to Mr. Hedgehog.
That's amazing. I love that. So that was, how long have you had that business for? Is that still happening now?
Yeah, of course. In fact, right now, it is the 11th year cycle for Northern Lights, right? So this season, as in, shall I say, 2023, 2024, right up to 2025, we are going through the 11-year cycle. So what happens is that the Northern Lights is at its peak. For some of us who has the Northern Lights as the bucket list, this is the time, so that you will not be wasting. Some people say, oh, I spent a lot of money, I spent a lot of time, and I did not see it. The chances of you catching is very high. So far, I have a number of clients who have already seen it 3 times. It's very rare for my clients to see it 3 times. Okay, So usually they see once, if they're lucky twice, but a number of them have seen 3 times because it's very strong. And in fact, just over the weekend, it was here in the east. Okay, so usually Northern Lights is a phenomenon up north, but because it's an 11-year cycle, it's so strong. It has happened in the east. We were catching the Northern Lights on my lawn a couple of times already this year, this season. And on top of that, Vivienne, not only Norway, people have actually seen it in the UK, other European countries, which is very rare, right? This is a national phenomenon that it has its own mind. It does what it wants.
Wow, that's such a special moment, and then that's so lucky for your clients to get all the sights of seeing all that. Yeah, it's definitely a bucket list for many people, and that's definitely on mine as well. So thank you so much for sharing that, Suriati. I really think that it's such a big journey for you, especially because travel agency, especially during COVID and pandemic time, right? So what was the experience for you during that period of time? And I did see that you pivoted your travel agency to something else. Do you want to share with us how did you overcome those challenging time of yours, and what sparked in your mind during that time?
Wow. Okay. Going through COVID is very heavy, my dear. That's a very heavy, very heavy feelings. I'm smiling, but it was tough. It was tough because all travel agencies are not able to run. At the same time, I like to still count my lucky stars, right? So the season starts from September to March. And January and February, I finished executing all the smaller tours, right? All of them finished by February. And in March, I have a big group from Singapore who are photographers. So these is like hardcore photographers, those people with the Nikon or, this really long type, what do you call it? Very high-tech cameras. So there were about 10 of them. They have fully paid. Now, this was my first photography tour for Northern Lights. Okay, so of course I was very excited and so many months of planning. And they said, no, we're still coming. And at that time we had news, right, about COVID happening. And they said, because it's fully paid. And they said, no, we're coming because the dates is next week, guys, blah, blah. No, we're coming. We've decided we're coming. And then we got the news and said, okay, guys, yes, I know you coming, but the border is closed. So even though you want to jump on the plane, the border, in Norway, is closed. So the most painful for me, of course, yes, I could not run it and I didn't have an income source. I lost my main income source. But what was most painful for me is that I had to refund, right? I had to refund all the... It was a very big tour for it's about 10 persons. It's a very specialized tour, not the generic types. It's like about 10 days, so it was very painful. I had to refund everything. And being in that position, I had to think very fast. What's there for me? What can I do? Right? And again, I believe very strongly in people being messengers to us. Right? There's lots and lots of messengers who are sending something. That the universe has sent them to send me something, and it's up to me to take their words seriously or not. Right? And luckily I did. So I had the chairman of a women's network, okay, who has told me, because we pitch our business every single month. So she told me that, Suriati, I need you to teach our members how to pitch the businesses. And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? I mean, yes, we pitch our business every month. All of us do that. But travel agency, hello. I'm a travel agent. I don't teach people business pitching. I don't teach people how to speak or public speaking. That's not me. Again, identity clash. She said, well, you're not going to be a travel agent forever. I said, oh, you know this and you know this? Yeah, it's an inkling. So I took her words. And she said, you're going to do the training, okay? And no matter how I tried to, like, maybe not baby dot, she said, do it for the members. Don't judge yourself, okay? I think you can do this, and just give it a shot. So when I did that group, that was November, Vivienne, right? So then I thought, okay, why don't I go back to this group and tell them, do you want to do an extended one? Because I did a three-hour workshop, right? And they paid for that. So I say, do you want to pay for an extended one? I'm going to do a 7-week program. And I believe 3/4 of the group said yes. And I bump it up, the whole program. And then I got about a couple more. So I had about 12 who signed up. So that was the start of it all for me. So if I had not followed Tova, her name, the chairperson's words, I don't know what I will be building to. I have no idea. But because she has actually put that breadcrumbs, right? Along the way, somehow she had intuition. So when I was about to do this, I was also thinking, like, am I really doing this? Why me? And I realized, Vivienne, that when I trace back, I have been speaking on stage since I was 7 years old. I was doing storytelling since I was 7 years old, right? And 7 years old, 8 years old, and I always took part in the storytelling competitions. And even as an adult at work, I am one of 3 persons who's assigned to do presentations for overseas clients, right? People who come and visit us. So I saw that actually this is right up in my alley, actually, that I am meant to do this. So after that program, the pitching and the public speaking, I thought, how can I help my clients to further their message, right? Without speaking, and yet their message still continues. And that's when the idea of the book writing workshop came up. So that's when I pivoted to that. Yeah. I also pivoted to an MLM, a health product. Again, someone who can't keep still. I need buzz. So that has actually led me to discover this other side of me where I love to build communities. So we have built groups in Africa who was doing the business, in Asia, and also in Europe. So these 2 things came out, and I pivoted into those. And I'm still doing the book writing, and in fact, it's really evolving right now, the book writing program. Yeah.
Wow, that's the testament of one door is closed and another door open up for you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's the so during that challenging time of yours, definitely you've been through that when you did say that when you think about that, it's a painful moment for you. So how when people go through that, especially during that period of time, that's challenging time, what if someone who's been through that, what is your advice for them?
Yeah. When you are going through this kind of situations, it's very important to continue to build your internal, I want to call so many words to this, internal programming, right? If you have been very conscientious in doing your journaling, meditation, or your tapping, if you have been consistent in that, when some things like this happen, you will be able to still stay calm. Okay, is when you stay calm, the ideas, and you become more open to new things. Yeah. So my biggest advice is that go back to and build up your internal self, because the first thing that's gonna happen is your emotion is gonna crumble. You're gonna get really, really down, especially when you see on TV, right? How many people got COVID? How many people got COVID already, right? So that's one. Go back to your internal self and even step it up, amp it up, because you need your internal strength to be even more, to be even stronger. That's one. Number 2, what I did, I don't watch the news. I will catch the news a little bit just to be updated and just find out from my husband. A lot of people will look every single day. How many? I don't do that, because my energy is everything. it's a different thing when you are an employee and you're an entrepreneur. Okay? An employee will be given a job, but an entrepreneur, you create the job, and you're not going to be able to create a job if your internal programming, your own subconscious is not strong. So that's part of the work, So in times like this, number one, amp up, strengthen your subconscious. Whatever that you've been doing, do more, and remove external influences that can affect your emotion. So those two are my top advice.
Yeah, that's such a good advice, and so important for us to really build up that internal strength so that you don't easily, like you say, get impacted by outside influence as well. Yeah, so you mentioned about book writing. So is that something that you are focusing on at the moment?
Yes. You and me, we are in the same speakers group, right?
Yes.
And it's okay. I think we can say about 𝐒𝐿𝐬, no problem. We
course.
love her so much that we don't mind, publicizing or promoting her anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
We love her that much. So I think 𝐒𝐿𝐬 has put up this thing about 100 lunches, and this number 100 has been coming up a lot. And I think for you also, is it 100 persons that you're going to be interviewing?
100 successful women's podcast.
Yes, exactly. So when I turned 50 this year, I was thinking about what will be my legacy, and especially, Vivienne, people like me who do not have biological kids, right? So then I started to think, what is my legacy? And I thought, and it came to me, the download came to me that the books will be my legacy, not just my books, but other people's books. So I came up in line with 𝐒𝐿𝐬. I decided that my legacy will be 100 published books in my lifetime. So God knows how long it's going to be in my lifetime. And if I ever going to hit this 100, but I've decided that at 50 onwards, this will be my life mission, that I want to publish 100 books for others within my lifetime.
Wow, that's so beautiful. I love that. It's such
I got inspired by you. I got inspired by you because you want to interview 100 women, and 𝐒𝐿𝐬 did the 100 lunches. I was thinking about this number. Is it 50? Can I hit 50? Or blah blah. I told myself, no, hit big. 100 is this magic number. Let's do it.
Yeah, in fact, I got inspired by 𝐒𝐿𝐬. This 100 successful women is from 𝐒𝐿𝐬 too as well. So she was the ripple effect that she is creating there, right?
Yes, I love the fact that I love what you said about ripple effect. You mentioned ripple effect. Vivienne, my thinking is that a book is actually also a ripple. It creates a ripple effect, every single book. And eventually, when books transcends to other countries, it's almost like you are creating ripple effects in many different parts of your world. And this is why your message, your voice continues to exist even though you're not speaking. And that's the power of the books, because it's able to create change, and you can continue to create legacy that way.
Yeah, I love that. It can be like many, many years, 100 years later, the book is still there, right? And I really love your legacy of these 100 books that you're publishing for others. That's such a beautiful legacy, and I believe that it's going to make so much changes for others as well.
Yeah, I believe so. So that's my legacy, and I believe it'll be the legacy for many, many people as well.
I love that. So tell us a little bit about your, is that a book challenge that coming up soon?
Yes, so I'll be having the next challenge on the 16 to 19 September. So the time slots are also favorable for Australian people in Australia. So I think I have 2 time slots. One is 10 a.m. I believe that is still in the afternoon. Let me see. Hang on. That is 6 p.m. In Australia. 6 p.m. Australia, 10 a.m. Norway. Yes, I think I need to check. No, sorry, 11 a.m. Sorry, now I know. Okay, 11 a.m. Norway, 7 p.m. Australia.
Okay.
So the other time slot is a bit too late. That's when you guys are sleeping. But the earliest time slot, 11 a.m. Norway, 7 p.m. Australia, 16 to 19 September. Yeah.
16 to 19. Is that a 5 days challenge?
It's going to be 4.
4 days
16,
challenge.
17, 19. Yeah, 4 days.
So what is that challenge about? What will people learn from that challenge?
Okay, so when it comes to book writing, Vivienne, there are certain things that people struggle with, right? So the challenge is called Jumpstart Challenge. Basically, to start, even to start, that's the biggest challenge. People talk and talk and talk about the book that I want, but we never start. They'll never start, right? So that will be my focus for that challenge. So from the challenge, number 1, you will be getting a book outline. So usually people want to start, but how do I write? Where do I start? What do I do first? Right? So I'm going to be doing an exercise. It's going to be a hands-on exercises. It's going to be a very hands-on challenge. So we'll be giving you an exercise where you're going to develop your book outline. And from the book outline, you can actually come up with chapters already. So the moment you have chapters, Vivienne, you know what to write. After the challenge, you know what you can write, right? So because people get stuck, it's like they don't know like how to start. What do I do? But the moment you have this road map, after you can start writing. That's number 1. Number 2, this thing about the publisher. Is it a traditional publisher that you want, or self-publishing? And this is also another roadblock that people don't start. If I ask people, what's stopping you? Because I still do not know, and why people don't know, or they don't jump ahead. It's a lack of info about this, a lack of understanding. So I'm gonna cover that. I'm gonna cover on the last day about the publishing. So which one suits you better? Yeah. Okay. So and then for the publishing, so that's what I'm gonna cover. And then you're gonna get the roadmap. You're gonna get the publishing, and then we're gonna talk a bit about the time. Okay. Everybody says I want to start, but I don't have time. We're gonna talk about that. And the most important thing that I'm gonna be covering is the courage. Okay. This is the one that is stopping us. Am I good enough? Is my book good enough? Who am I to be writing a book? Will people be judging me? Will it be well received? These are the thoughts that stop us from starting. So first day, I'm going to be covering the courage part. Okay? We're going to look at our self-limiting beliefs. Second one, we're going to talk about the roadmap, which is a book outline. You're going to back chapters so that after the challenge, you know what to do. You can start writing. Third, we're going to talk about the third day. We're going to talk about the time issue. Okay, and then the fourth one will be the publishing, whether it's traditional, what fits you, advantages and disadvantages of both types of publishing. So that's what we're gonna do. So the previous one, I also had a mystery guest on the last day. So Chet, my good friend Chet from UK, and he came in and did a beautiful meditation. This is also to harness the aspect of courage, and he addressed people's self-limiting beliefs in the meditation. So it became more like a personalized meditation, and they loved it, and they felt that they became more they felt more motivated after that. So it's a great way to end that challenge. So yes, I don't know who's going to be the mystery guest this time. The universe will tell me.
Yeah, that sounds a very, very insightful challenge. So do people need to pay to join the challenge, or is that free, or what is that?
Yeah, it's going to be a free challenge for 4 days. Yeah? So this is my way of giving back. Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. So where can people find you online to find out more about that challenge, or is there a link that I can include in here for them?
Yeah, so the easiest is if my name here, my full name, suriatisupani.com, you can register there. Alternatively, again, my name here is Suriati Supani. You'll find me on Facebook. You can definitely find the link on my
Yeah, I'll include the link in the description as well for them, just in case. Any one of you who are listening, if you want to write a book yourself, or you have that urge that you want to write a book, make sure you connect with Suriati. I'm going to include the link for you. Make sure you sign up for that free challenge with Suriati, and I can't wait to hear more about that myself as well. Yeah. So another thing that I also know that you launched Buzzing Bees Women's Platform.
Yeah.
And what is that actually about?
Yeah, buzzing bees, are they dangerous, right?
Interesting. I love that you are having all these bees, all these Mr. Hedgehogs. It's so cute.
Yeah. I don't know why, how it became like, all my businesses are around animals. So one is a hedgehog and one is bees. It came to me actually while I was about to get up in the morning, actually, like still sleeping, eyes closed, but it just came out to be, I'm gonna call it Buzzing Bees.
So yeah, what's that about?
Okay, so Buzzing Bees will be a business platform whereby we will send referrals to one another. Vivienne, do you know about BNI, the BNI concept?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So it's similar to BNI. So for those of you who might not be familiar with BNI, so basically you're going to create groups. So I'm going to call it hives. This is Buzzing Bees, right? Different hives. Okay, so let's say hive marigold flower hive, right? Okay, because the hives, bees go to flowers, right? Different flowers, right? So let's say you have
that.
I cannot. Your laughter is infectious. When you laugh, I laugh.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Yeah.
Okay, let's say marigold flower hive. So let's say you have 5 persons, and in each group, let's say you have a baker. You will not have another baker in that marigold hive, right? Why? Because we want to give all the business related to baking, cakes or bread to one baker only. So in a way, it's kind of a monopoly. But this is how we help that person to amplify or boost the business. Okay, so if let's say there is another baker, then we will create another hive for the other baker to join. Okay? So basically what we're going to do is everybody will refer businesses to one another. Now, in addition to the BNI concept, I am tweaking it a little bit, right? So usually for BNI, people will refer businesses to you and that's it. But what I want to add on is that to give people 2 sources, 2 ways in which they can make money from Buzzing Bees. Number 1, people are going to be referring clients to you, of course. As long as I will close the business, I will make money there. That's 1. Number 2, I will also be referring clients to the others. So when I am referring clients and the other people close, they will also give me a commission. Did I make it clear, Vivienne?
Yeah. That's very clever business model that you're having there. That's such a great community as well. I love that you're building a community, and you actually, I believe that within that hive, they will learn a lot of things within that hive as well, right? There's that education as well.
The training, yeah. So the crux of it all, Vivienne, is that I'd like to develop savvy businesswomen, people who are comfortable in doing businesses. It doesn't have to become uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be what they call salesy, right? It doesn't have to be that way. I like women to embrace the salesperson that they are. Okay, there is a way of doing sales where doing sales but not doing sales, you want to call it. And why am I doing this? Simply because more and more investors are only investing in men-led businesses. Okay, it is not about discrimination. It's basically because a lot of women run businesses which are not as profitable. It's just that, there is a part of us who say, oh, because of discrimination, they only want to give money to men. No, it's not true. At the end of the day, a lot of women do not run businesses which is making big money, and the root of it all is sales. And the root of it all is that we're not harnessing our femininity. Because we tend to associate sales with very masculine. Oh, the masculine side of sales. The sales is equivalent to masculine. But we are collaborative. We are engaging. And women, we have a lot of love, and that's the reason why women, we tend to feel more open to share other people's businesses than our own, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
And this is why. And this is why Buzzing Bees works well. The concept works very well with women, because we love to talk about other people's business. We love to help, and so it serves well. That I want this person to be so I'm gonna spread word for them, and everyone will be spreading for yours. So that's why it works really well. So my goal, this is my contribution, in making business women who are super successful, who run very profitable, and I will be teaching. I have a method that I've already taught and proven that it works. My simple steps on how you pitch a business and about networking. So those are the stuff that we'll be teaching, and it's not just about learning; it's about practicing, because we're going to be practicing pitching to one another.
Wow, that's such a great concept.
That's Buzzing Bees. Sorry, I took a bit of time to explain it.
Yeah, I love that. I really love that. Women's helping women. It's all about collaboration rather than competition, and I can tell that. That platform is going to be so beneficial for a lot of women's entrepreneurs out there. And when women come together, I believe that there's lots of magical things can happen, right?
Yeah. Speak about magical things. I'm envisioning fashion shows, perhaps with sustainable clothing, or even fashion shows with us mature women as models. Why do we need wavy thin models?
I love that. Yeah, I did interview someone who did a fashion show on her own, and then she was actually based in Brisbane or something like that, and she had fashion show in different countries. Maybe I should connect you with her, and you can try something out there as well.
Thank you.
I love that. Thank you so much for your time, Suriati. I know that you got so much wisdom that we can tap into, but I'm very well aware of the time. I normally think that around 30-45 minutes, but I got too many to ask you. That's why I really love that what you share with us, and your, like you say, I love your variety of your life, your adventures, and your cannot sit still characteristic, and that's why you get so many wonderful ideas. I really love that. So what's I know that you mentioned about books writing and different things, even fashion shows that you mentioned. There's so many things that you did say. What's next for Suriati now? That next step.
The next step, I think the next one has got to be the TEDx speaking.
TEDx speaking. Oh wow, that's amazing. I can't wait to hear you to speak more. I know that we've been together in the speaking course for a while, and that's some of the vision or some of the goals that we all have, and I can't wait to hear about that as well. So is there any, like, if you have to give, I know that you did give us a lot of golden nuggets there. So if you have to give one piece of advice, Suriati, for other women out there, what will that be?
To do everything with joy. To do everything with joy. And if it doesn't give you that joy, dig deep. If it doesn't work, it's not working out, then it's time to change. Don't sit on something too long. Time is precious, and sometimes when we are sitting too long in a particular environment, which does not work, it affects our family, friends, family, husbands, kids. So that's what I learned, that it's important to do everything with joy, with pure joy. I want to end by quoting Kamala Harris right now. I'm sorry if people who are not fans of Kamala Harris, but she's showing actually the ripple effect of joy. The moment she came on, like she was announced, she became that, how should I say, that symbol or model of joy that so many investors started giving. And then there's like a momentum, there's her dancing, there's a cackling, right? It's not laughing, it's just a cackling. Her cackles, right? So all that gives joy. Okay, joy is infectious. So when you are putting out lots of joyous, happy energy, again, ripple effect. You have given this word today, the ripple effect, you know. So it's infectious, people feel it, and everyone wants to be a part of it. So do everything with joy, and if it doesn't make you joyous, rethink, what can I change about it, you know. It is something that some parts that other people can do for me, which so that I can still continue to be in my joyous bubble. Or if really, really drains you, if it's not, the whole thing doesn't give you joy, change. Just change. Yeah.
Wow.
Vivienne, I must say that you've inspired me in the sense that you took part in this stand-up comedy. Oh my God, that is so brave, and that is also part of spreading joy, right? It's you're making people laugh. I don't know if I've got enough courage to do that. And what if people don't laugh? Oh my God, that's like everybody does public speaking, yeah, but stand-up comedy is the next higher level. It's the next step up from public speaking. So oh my God, you inspire me, Vivienne. I think that could be my next one. Not just maybe before TEDx, that could be my next one. So thank you, my dear, for inspiring me.
You definitely have you definitely have the characteristics to do stand-up comedies. Really, you get so much joy to be with. I think you can bring so much joy to people, and people just love the joy that you're bringing. I would say you just do it.
Okay, I will look out for it. I will look out for this place in Oslo where I can volunteer as comedy. Oh my God, stand-up. The thought of it makes me nervous.
Oh, I love that. You have so I love being like listening to what you're saying, and I really love your energy, because like you say, the way that you bring out your energy can bring so much joy to people, and the last piece of message that you've given out is so important for other people. Things that don't bring you joy, rethink it. What can you do? And life is too short to not doing that, right?
Yes, life is too short.
Thank you
Spread
so
joy
much.
or do everything with joy. Yes, thank you so much for having me. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your time, and thank you for being patient that we had to do it and cancel. And thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for allowing me
Thank
and
you
holding
so
space
much
for me. Thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time with us, Suriati. And yeah, I can't wait to hear a lot more about your story coming up next and your next step. And we will follow you definitely on your journey. Thank you so much once again, Suriati. And hopefully we'll have you again next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.